Mayfield boys get a first-half goal from Charlie Schneer and a second-half strike from Greg Gorjank to record a 2-0 win over visiting Gilmour on Thursday night in non-conference play as these neighbors meet for the first time in at least 15 years, and I think maybe even closer to 20. So certainly good to see Mayfield and Gilmour back out on the pitch again in boys soccer. As far as the way the match played out, I would characterize it for the Wildcats as ugly but comfortable. Comfortable because out of a 4-3-3 they possessed beautifully, and that speaks volumes to the three in midfield. I thought Anthony Thomas was a bulldog in the middle of the park in this match, and every side needs a performer like that in midfield. It may not amount to 25,000 assists at the end of the day, but you need somebody who's going to set that tone with their ball winning and their work rate, and Anthony did that. I think Jake Weissman, I've been pleased with his development in the last couple of years, a very solid center mid as well. So they have the pieces in midfield in order to possess, and they really did nicely in that department in this match. I would dare say the Wildcats had 60 to 65% possession, had them for 9 shots on target. The one thing is I would like to see it be a little more rhythmic from Mayfield in the attack. I think there were opportunities, especially playing against a 4-5-1, where they could have played more diagonally, be it carrying diagonally into the offensive third or playing those little 5, 10, 15-yard balls on the ground out wide to exploit width. They weren't doing that with the regularity that I think they should have been, but I think they found a formation that works for them. Mac was very pleased with how they operated out of a 4-3-3, and the lads always seem to really carry Mac's tactical vision onto the pitch very well, regardless of year. The personnel always seems to perform very well in that facet for Mac, and Mayfield definitely did that in this match. I just would like to see that diagonal play maybe capitalized on a little bit better, and I would like to see a little bit more sharpness from set pieces as well. But the midfield components are there. They have some vets in the back. They graduated some guys, up top. Yaya El-Nagi and Zach Madawi both graduated, so they lost some of their scoring arsenal there. But as long as they can find that end product going forward, I think this is a side that can be dangerous as usual in WRC play and also in the postseason as well if they perform well tactically with what Mac has in mind. As far as Gilmour, a young side, it's a shame that Vinny Catanese, it sounds like, is going to miss most of the year due to injury. Such a versatile fixture in that side for the Lancers. They have to operate through Max Mendels, and I mean this as a compliment. It seems like Max has been playing in that side for about 6 years now. A standout midfielder for Gilmour. He had his moments in the opening 40, but in a 4-5-1, I think they were just too narrow with their 5 in midfield, especially in the opening 40, and they just couldn't get possession going. They really couldn't link between the midfield and up top as effectively as they needed to. But it's a young side. That'll happen, and Joe will work with them going forward and try to mold them into an improved attacking side. I thought they were serviceable enough in the defensive third to keep it within striking distance at 1-0 and later 2-0, but just couldn't quite find what they needed to there possession-wise to really get going in this match. So for Mayfield, we'll see how they go from here. But again, ugly here, but comfortable. And if you can build on that possession, if you can operate nicely and more rhythmically out of a 4-3-3, Mayfield, the lads will be dangerous as ever under Mac. Bouncing back well from a loss to South with a 2-0 win over visiting Gilmour on Thursday.